I know you come from a music background. How did you very first get into music and then transition into acting?
Well, music was with my band with my brother Matt, who's now a headliner in Vegas. We became probably the #1 band in the world for a minute, for about 5 years before we reformed recently. Somewhat of a phenomenon. We were discovered by the producer and manager, the guys who did the Pet Shop Boys, and a bunch of other people at that time. And wanted to put us in the studio. Sony found us, signed it. Then at that point, we were playing multiple nights at arenas around the world, everywhere, 9-month world tours. The youngest boys in history to headline Wembley Stadium with 70,000 people and blah, blah, blah. Last year, we had a documentary. We got 3 BAFTA nominations, 25 awards. And then acting came into my life. When I left the band, I didn't know what to do. And there was a director, a female director in the UK, a respected director, and like off Broadway, would be off the West End where I did it. She offered me the lead, and I didn't want to take it just for name value. I wanted to say why. She said, I saw you on TV last night. You're right for this character. I know you got a fun side of you. Can we have lunch? I said, sure. Boom. I had just done this interview with Michael Caine where they'd wanted a celebrity interview another celebrity. So I sat with him for 2 hours and interviewed him. And he said, look, if you have that little urge in you, and this is still valid today about everything out there, that everyone's wondering the things that feed them, was if you're going to do it, then swing the bat, see what happens. You might like it. And 70 movies later. So yeah, 70 movies and I don't know, 3 hit albums, 2 bestsellers. I'm a writer now. My writing partner, Laura McCraley, actually plays the bartender with Val. That's my best male bud out there, Laura McCraley. So shout out for him. But now I'm just surrounded by truth of art, truth of intention. Why? What's the reason? Like I'm a man. I'm a dude that wants to contribute things that are, I know why I'm doing it in the first place.
Did you? I thought I heard you say, did you reform the band with your brother?
Yeah, last year, the biggest content in the history of the BBC, the documentary. The BAFTAs, of course.
Yeah, of course.
We got 3 BAFTA nominations. I think over 12.5 million downloads in the UK. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. We one of the 4 gala nights of the London Film Festival this last year. And because of that, we put on 2 shows. It basically documents my brother and I reforming and deciding to not go small. We've put on 2 nights at the O2, which is about 20,000 a night. Long story short, we sold out in 7 seconds both nights. And we did a movie around the whole thing, and we hadn't communicated creatively for a long time. And it was about learning how to do that when boundaries of brotherhood are not there. But then through the realization that we were fighting with people we love, and then the very, very, very truthful presentation of all this. No censorship as far as truth and warts and all. And I think the truth of it impacted people, and it became somewhat of a phenomenon itself last year that, and did very well for us. And the band is most definitely back on its feet again.
That's fantastic. Are you going to have any new music coming out?
Yeah, we were actually going to do a worldwide release everywhere. Do it the way it used to be done. Put value around the vinyl again. Put value around artwork that we were going to send out to people. We're going to do a documentary, leaving LA, Matt leaving Vegas to go to Jamaica or somewhere in the Caribbean to do the album, and then film the whole thing, and then both release the making of and the journey and the communication. I love being in the studio behind the scenes with bands I like, like when I was a kid with Duran Duran and U2, getting to see that, the Chili's or whoever, it's nice. Even though I'm in a band, I love that, the kind of bohemian mischief of artists backstage. It's a cool world, and I get to live it, but I still like to watch it. So I wanted to do a documentary that was very artistically driven as a filmmaker myself, and I'm a director too. So I wanted it to be, as does my brother, of course, to be something that is a throwback to those real fly on the wall docs that you don't always see often.